And we are live. We are live. Welcome to Mother and Son Making Sense Out of Nonsense.
Plus more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have so many of you here with us today. Everyone, please quiet down. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to get through, as we always do. Now, first things first, do you have a word of the day, word of the week?
I do have a word of the week. Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, would you like to share first? And I have one too.
Yes, I will like to share. My word of the day is falderall.
That's a good one.
Hold on, let me turn it up. Falderall.
Falderall. Falderall.
I have to say that I have never heard of that word, nor do I have any idea what it means. But if I had to guess, I would say it means stumbling, fumbling, bumbling.
If I could finish with my segment. You are very close, my dear co-host.
Falderall.
Falderall, spelled F-L-D-E-R-O-L.
Falderall.
And it is, one of the definitions is nonsense, useless, nonsense. So the title of this podcast can be Mother and Son Making Falderall.
Making falderall out of falderall.
Oh, they're falderall, plus more.
Well, I really, really like that word. Someone was doing their homework. I did my word of the day, and this is a word that it's not as fun, but I was trying to think of a word that.
Can we get to the word? This is only our show.
It's solemnize.
What?
Solemnize.
Spelled?
I'm trying to get her to say it.
Solemnize. Solemnize.
Solemnize. S-O-L-E-M-N-I-Z-E.
Wow, solemnize. I've never heard of that. And not to be confused with sodomize.
No. And sodomize, I don't even know that either.
No, we don't want to know that one. That's going to be at the end of the show.
All right, well, we'll have to look that up. Well, solemnize is a synonym for to celebrate, and the official definition, or one of them, is oops, what is the definition?
Hold on a second, audience.
Duly perform. It's a verb. So it's, to use in a sentence, they needed only to find a priest to solemnize their marriage. So it's like to make official, to celebrate.
I love that, solemnize. So those are the two words that I'm going to use. You're going to try to use. I'm going to practice using. You're going to practice using, and whoever uses the word in this particular session wins.
Yes, and I'll just say right off the bat that one of the ways we solemnize this show is by doing the title and getting into it.
One of the ways I solemnize this show is a lot of falderall. That's two words.
That's a double. That's a double.
I wanted to share a story really quickly. This happened a couple of nights ago, and I was laying in bed, and my right eye started itching really, really bad. It was just itching, and I just stayed there, and I said, I wonder if I don't scratch it, if I can, with my mind or with my intention, stop it from itching. And I just laid there, and of course it didn't stop, and then the itching got even worse. And I still didn't scratch. And then I started focusing on the other eye, which was not itching. And I just kept focusing on the other eye, and how that other eye felt, as opposed to focusing on the itchy eye. And sure enough, after a period of time, not a short period of time, but after a period of time, the right eye stopped itching.
And you said you were focusing on the other eye that was not itching.
Yes, I kept focusing on the eye that felt normal, no itch. It was just relaxed. It felt good. And I was really conscious of what I was focusing on.
What's coming to me is sometimes when I teach and guiding them through what to focus on during class, especially yoga class. And sometimes I'll say we focus on our breath. Sometimes we focus on the music, sometimes the whole body, and sometimes a specific part of the body, like the forehead. I don't say your left eye, right eye, but nose, jaw, whatever, spine. So you chose to focus on a really specific part of your body.
Well, my point was to not focus on what was bothering me, not focus on what was uncomfortable, not focus on all I needed to do was scratch it and it would have been done. Not focus on that, focus on something else. So I want to use that when daily life and my ego chooses to focus on a problem or to focus on something that is annoying or to focus on something that is not peaceful.
The other part that I like is you didn't scratch it. And I think there's a moral of the story there for me is if there is something bothering me, maybe I don't even have to do anything to it or around it or for it. I can just shift my focus to what's neutral, what's peaceful. Yeah, really interesting concept, because I don't know if I developed this or maybe it's just how the world works, but there's a belief that if something's bothering me, I need to put my attention onto it, either to complain about it, fix it, just give over to it. Well, I sometimes I expect, say the other shoe to drop. I expect to be irritated, so it's like I was waiting for it, waiting to be irritated, and it's almost like a meal. It's just like I'm just hungry to be irritated in a strange way. And it's satisfying to that part of me that wants, I won't say wants to be irritated. I don't even know if that makes sense, but maybe it's just used to, or I would say expects to be irritated.
Okay, and you said two things. Let me just go to the last one. You expects. What I'm hearing is, what am I feeding? Am I feeding the irritation? Am I fueling the irritation, or am I ignoring it? And then you said neutral. Use the word neutral. That's one of my practices these days, is to practice maintaining a neutral state, a neutral energy. I don't care what information I get coming in, stimulus I get coming in, going out. The practice of staying neutral, because the universe is neutral. The universe, in my perspective, it stays in a neutral state.
Absolutely. Neutral.
Next topic.
Yes.
Do you have a topic that you wanted to chew on?
Yeah, I do. And mine is celebrating things. That's why I came up with that solemnized word because it was my birthday last week. So
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you so much. And it's your birthday too, because you're the one that birthed me.
It ain't my birthday. Oh, birthday.
It's your birthday, your birth, when you gave birthday.
Yes. And if I go back, let me just give you the face that I was using. And the nurse said, honey, you don't have to scream. And I looked at her with the look that I can. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
And me to scream.
Did you ask? That sounds about right. Did you ask her if she ever had a child before she ever had given birth?
You know, that question slipped my mind.
It just seems like something I would ask if someone told me I didn't have to scream. I would say, well, have you ever given birth before?
Now that's a really good question. I
Yeah.
didn't think about it. I just was ready to throw daggers, and if I had a knife in my hand, there would be at least two people that would have been dead in that little small area.
Yeah, maybe 3, including me. I'm
No,
glad I made it out. Made it out.
no, I would have never done anything to you, but your dad. I mean, yeah.
So I chose the word solemnize because I celebrate, and I'm thinking about my birthday and how do I want to celebrate. Listen, I'm as spiritual as they come, and I just can't get away from the day, the celebrating, the birthday. What did you do today? What did I do? I can't help but think about what I'm going to do for my birthday. How am I going to celebrate or solemnize this day? And this year, I had a nice little breakfast with a friend. I worked. I taught 2 classes. I did a little correspondence on the phone, texting, oh, thanks for my birthday. And I think I told you it was a really pleasant blend of making it a birthday special day and then just having an everyday day, Wednesday, which I want to celebrate anyway. So I chose that word and that theme just to see what you're thinking about. How do we celebrate? What does it even mean to celebrate? Is celebrating universal? Is it just a human thing? How do you celebrate a moment?
What a great question. Now I'm going to go back to my birthday and how I've evolved into growing up and it was a big deal. My birthday was a big deal. Everybody better wish me a happy birthday. Everybody better contact me, better send me some gifts or cards or else. And then I got to a point, it's probably 10 years ago, at least. And the birthday is the same as Christmas or any kind of man-made programmed holiday, Christmas, New Year. There's a lot of expectations. I'm just speaking for myself, expectations surrounding what do I do on my birthday. And I have to say, Nathan, that these days I wake up and I have to remind myself it's my birthday. I'm to a point where you said celebration, and the celebration happens in the moment for no reason. For no reason. The program is I'm celebrating for a reason. How about I'm celebrating for no story and no reason?
Well, that felt really in my whole body, in my whole skeleton and spine felt like a relief. That felt like truthful. Celebrating for no reason, I think, is the key for me when I talk about being grateful. Even if I say I'm grateful that I have a computer, I'm grateful that it's not raining, whatever it is, it still has a relationship of what's going on outside. Can I be grateful and just feel it for no particular reason? And can I feel grateful and then not, and then have it come in and out? Like you said, something celebrate in the moment that comes in the moment. It's not forced.
There's no story behind it. And that happened with this whole programming of being obligated to act, do something for a reason, for a day. This is this day. And now with this day comes behavior. No, I'm done with any kind of obligation or behavior. And when it happened, it started in Roseburg. It started years ago. And I remember feeling, wow, it's my birthday. I don't even feel like I need to compelled to do anything. And it's evolved into every day feels the same. Every day just feels like a day. Do I celebrate during the day? So yes, but it's not for a reason. It's not for a program reason. I'll be damned if I'm going to behave in a way because the world wants me to. The program is, this is the day. This is this dictates my behavior or my expectations.
Love that. That's what I wanted to bring to the table. Just celebrating birthdays and days.
I love that too. Great topic.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next topic. I want to get your
little fall draw.
a lot of falteral about solemnizing.
Yes.
This hit me, and the title of this topic is making assumptions about someone else, thinking that I know. And this happened this morning. I was texting my sister, and I invited her to lunch, and she texted back and she says she was busy. Can I get a rain check? But instead of the text rain check, it came up rec check, REC check, which was funny. But I wasn't wearing my glasses and I didn't see rec check. I just saw R check, and I just text back, okay, no problem, rain check. Then she texts back and she says, I bet you got a good laugh after I text rec check, because she corrected herself in the text. And then I didn't even see it. So she assumed that I saw it and I was laughing. Another example this week, I was texting a friend and I assumed that their energy shifted, that something changed. And I said, oh, I can feel your energy shifting. They said, no, my energy isn't shifting. Oh, and then yesterday with you, when we were looking for that video on YouTube, 14-year-old video, and we can't find it. And I could feel that you were really diligent on looking. I mean, you actively looking, and I could feel that. But then the assumption was, the story that I came up with was, oh, I bet he's getting, bothered and annoyed, and I bet this is affecting him. I'm assuming that it's affecting your vibration or your emotion. I assume that. And I have to say, Nathan, this assuming, my ego wants to believe that it knows. My ego wants to believe that it knows something, and I'm just reining it back in with all the falderall. I'm reining it back in and say, you don't know anything. You don't know anything, and just practicing not knowing anything.
Okay, 3 really good examples. Really good examples. This is why I don't mind using the words could and maybe and it's possible. Those are softening words for my ego, because my ego does think it knows. And then the ego is just so black and white at times. So when I say they could be laughing or they could not be laughing, ego, just so you know. And then and with any of this, and it just helps soften, and it helps widen the perspectives. We talk about, can there be another perspective? When I assume, trying to think of what I mean, just using your stories with us, you think, okay, looking for this video, he's diligent, and then it's bothering him, is one perspective. What about I'm heartwarmed and loving the opportunity, and maybe grateful because I'm finding something else about looking through YouTube? What if I didn't spend any time on it? Just perspective, and telling the ego, I hear you have one perspective that may be accurate and it might not be. So we're not going to spend any more time assuming, because we're trying to be in reality here. We're trying to be in truth.
I love it. The word is possibilities for me. And I'm here to tell you my ego is never correct.
Sounds like something the ego would say.
What?
I know.
What?
It's a little bit of a brain twister. But anyway, I get what you, but yeah, that's maybe the ego does know.
Okay, how about this one? My ego with the stories in the past, my ego is very, very all-knowing. I'm going to say 98% of the time, my ego doesn't know.
Now listen to me. Believe me, I really wish.
Something.
Believe me, I really wish I could second the fact that your ego doesn't know anything. Believe me, I would want nothing more. But I have to give credit to those moments where it happens to know. And also that intuition, that psychic, I'm feeling you, I'm feeling this, is accurate for you. At least my experience with you. And I did spend time looking and going through my videos and then searching and then looking up how do I recall past. I did spend that effort. I didn't tell you any of that. And I was bothered. I was bothered because I couldn't figure it out. And it was frustrating, and the technology with YouTube. So I think there was some truth to what you were feeling. It just can't know everything all the time. And guesses are going to be accurate, and then guesses are going to not be accurate.
And I'm going to say that yes, only because I know you just a tick, but that still was an assumption, because you could have been going through all of that, sailing through it.
Of course.
Diligence, but sailing through it.
And also, it's only a small piece. There's so much, like that painting you have with all the colors. There's so much complexity, and not in a complicated, heavy way. There's so many components with every moment. The way this is full moon, my energy up and down, everything. There's so many components. How can we possibly? Yeah.
And that's why I don't know.
So you don't know.
And
yeah.
That's why I feel I'm very comfortable. That's why I'm very comfortable practicing more of not knowing. More of not knowing.
All right, I'll throw in a topic.
Okay.
Unless you want there's anything else on that one.
Throw in a topic.
Okay. We're wasting time. So next topic is it's a term I heard from someone else that feels there might be some truth to it. It's fear of success. I know we talked about that. It seems to me like actually a bullshit fear that doesn't even make sense. Fear of success. What does that even mean? And then that self-sabotage. I know we've talked about it. You're not into that self-sabotage word or even idea. I'm thinking about it for me. Looking around at the life that I have, the things that I say that I want, the problems I say I have, what's getting in my way. What if no one else or nothing else is in the way of things I want? What if it really is just me? My mind, my ego. I know. I just want to explore that, because if there is even a hint of Nathan's criticizing Nathan has the desire, and then the other side of Nathan's is somehow getting in the way. I would like to be aware of that, and I would like it to be over. That's my birthday gift for me, is just diving a little deeper into this, because we're not doing self-sabotage. We're not doing fear of success. That doesn't even make sense to me. Thoughts?
Yes, I wrote this down right here. Desires.
Desires.
Topic number one. point number one.
Can I take a sip of tea up by myself?
Yes. Go.
You're falderounding me.
All falderal, I'm a falderal, I'm a falderal.
Falderalling me.
Clown, your mother's a clown. What? Stop being a clown.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, right.
If you're a fish, stop swimming. If you're a bird, stop flying. Stop being a clown.
Right now, that doesn't make sense.
Thank you. But thank you for trying to control what I wanted to do.
By controlling, I just made a simple request.
Denied.
Perfect. Desire. So, well, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, if I have any desires, I can't have any desires, right?
Show's over. See you next week.
Thank God.
No, that's not what I was going to say. My question to you is who is making the desire? And I'm going to give you a quick exercise. So stare at, I did this in my happiness class last week. Stare at the wall. Stare at the wall and don't think. A blank wall. Stare at a blank wall and don't think. Try not to think staring at a blank wall. Well, what usually happens is you cannot not think when you're staring at a blank wall. However, stare at that blank wall and separate yourself and watch and observe who is staring at the blank wall. Step outside of that person staring at the wall and watch Rebecca staring at the wall. So what is the entity that's watching and observing? That's who I am. I'm that entity watching and observing. I'm watching and observing this Rebecca having desires and wants. Who has the desires and wants? What entity even has the desires? What entity is that? And for me, I've discovered that entity is my ego having desires. The universe has no desires or no wants. I want whatever unfolds in the next moment. I desire and want whatever unfolds in the next week or the next month, whatever that is, period.
I love the exercise staring at a wall. We could have stared at something a little more pleasant than a blank wall, but I like that clean slate. Anyways, I love who is witnessing the Nathan staring at the wall. I did feel something shift in me, and I do think my desires comes from my ego, and I think, okay, the universe is this energy, and then somehow gets this energy in a human body. That's Nathan. Why would it do that? I don't know. I mean, you say to experience. I think the universe is desiring to experience itself through Nathan's through Nathan's body, through Nathan's ego. So my thing is, yes, I think the desires come from Nathan. And how do we get to, the universe has its own way of desiring and Nathan has his own way of desiring. How do we work together?
Well, hold on, because I don't believe the universe desires anything.
I do, or else I don't think it would have any. Well, I don't know. This is a tough one. I don't know if desire is quite the right word, but it's doing something. It has a drive for something.
To experience. The drive is to experience. That's it. To experience the desires. But not it. But the universe doesn't have a desire. But the universe does experience the desires of of Nathan or Rebecca. But I desire, and that's where the universe, for me, and whatever term you want to use, God, universe, whatever term is fine, experiences through this individual now in this human form, but its own desires. And Nathan, I just know the characteristics of my ego. And number one is to be dissatisfied all the time, in every way, dissatisfied. And when I have a desire that hasn't manifested, I don't feel and I don't feel content. I don't feel peace. Now there's a desire. In actuality, I could even throw in, I have an anxiety now of a desire that hasn't manifested. So I'm giving up. I've given up desires. I've given up wants years ago. I said, whatever you want from me, whatever my path, whatever my journey is going to be, I'm here. I'm here for the ride. I don't want any. I practice not having any desires, even health. Oh, I wish I felt better. No, I don't desire my neck to feel better. I don't desire anything. Whatever's happening, I'm good.
Well, I would challenge, right. Well, just like their wall exercise, I don't know if I could ever, ego can ever not desire. I think that's the whole game, is I'm in this body forced to hear and deal with all these desires. So how do I do that? So that's what I'm doing, trying to bring the universe into this, I'm practicing and playing with the idea of, if Nathan lights up about something, is excited, I want to go, I want to do this thing, that's the universe saying, yeah, do the thing that's you're into, do it the way you want to do it. And then the things that, no, I don't want to, I'm not really lighting up about that idea. No, I don't want to make that plan. Let that be the universe saying, yeah, you're not into that. That's me too. The universe is in on that too. I'm just playing with this relationship of ego, desires, and the universe, which now I think might be a topic for another time to dig deeper into. Does the universe have desires? I think I need some time to sit with that. What is the intention of the universe? I'm not sure. So anyway,
but let me go back to what you said. Okay, so let's go back to the desires. And in the moment, okay, so now, okay, go ahead.
And I just want to quickly say this, just roping in the self-sabotage. If there's something I'm not excited about doing, and I'm not sure if I want to do it, and I go back and forth over and over in my head with I should do it, maybe I'll try it, it's a challenge, whatever, and I end up doing the thing I wasn't really into, to me that's a self-sabotage. If I let the ego talk itself into doing something it wasn't even really into doing in the first place. That's a self-sabotage example.
Okay. Because going back again, self-sabotage is just another program. Self-sabotage is just another program. So my perspective is that, see, the ego thinks that it has power, that it's got power to make something change, that it has power to make something happen. What God has planned for me, what the universe has planned for me, the ego cannot make it happen, cannot stop it from happening, cannot speed it up or slow it down. The stories, the program, oh, I'm doing something. The ego thinks that it has power. It has nothing. And when I remind the ego that you are powerless, I'm the one that gives the ego, I'm the one. If I say something that I know is going to be disruptive, I've given the ego a voice. If I behave in a way that this story self-sabotage, I've given the ego power. Yeah, oh yeah, I can self-sabotage. But that's just a difference of perspective. I do not believe in any of that blocking, self-sabotage. One woman was saying something about energy blocks. Well, I help people with energy blocks. And then I said, you think God can be blocked? But back to, you said something, and then next topic. What did you say? Oh, you were talking about what if having a desire. Okay, let's have a desire. Maybe I want a desire to teach a class in front of 1,000 people. Okay, I put that out there. I'd like to teach an exercise class in front of 1,000 people. But I'll be damned if I'm going to. Is it happening now? I throw it out there into the cosmos. And I'm not going to be attached to, yes, this is going to happen. I'm not going to be attached to an outcome. I'm not going to be attached to whether it manifests or not. Okay, I'll have a desire. I'll throw something out, but I'm not going to be attached to something in the future that may or may not happen. In the moment, okay, sure, yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, that is, I think that's a key component right there. And also we going all the way back to feeling grateful for no reason. I'm not grateful for this thing that is going to happen or looks like it's going to happen. I'm grateful in the moment. Desire feels great in the moment. Then I go out of the moment, outcome, future. Did it happen yet? Is it happening the way that I desired it? Now I'm off. So in the moment. And yeah, that's the key for me, is coming back to the moment.
Yes.
So thank you for, yes.
And then being detached from anything in the future, which is an illusion. Oh, the future, and then I'm waiting. So now I got the program of waiting. I've got the program, it has to manifest. I have the program of outcome. I'm done with outcomes. I'm done with waiting. I'm over all of it. It doesn't bring any peace in the moment.
Speaking of the future, what is our next topic? And we are winding down 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay. We got to do a little falderall at the end of the show. Let's do some falderall.
Let's do some falderall. I like that.
You first.
Falderall. Yes, nonsense at the very end.
Mother and son making falderall out of falderall.
Well, since you brought it up, I did look up the word sodomize. Leave it to me to come to find a word that's so close. It's very specific, the definition.
Yes. And it's not a word to bring up on this kind of a show.
Not on this kind of a show.
No, that's another show.
Well,
that's my son, who is curious as a cat.
And I was just scrambling to come up with a word here. The other words I had, other honorable mentions were innocuous. You know that word?
Oh, yes. This is not falderall.
Well, it could be falderall. What, do you want to jump right in?
Yes.
Well, go. Well, then you jump into falderall.
Who can make the funniest face?
Oh, that's good. All right. You go first. That's good.
Your faces are just too horribly funny.
Well, you have the face too. You just had to stretch it out a little bit more.
Like this?
That's better. Yeah. Do you have to use your hands though?
Yes, because you said stretch it out, so I'm trying to stretch.
What about going in?
Lord, I'm 68. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
This is facer size.
No, this is facer size. I'll show you facer size. But can you do it with your eyebrows down? And then this face up. E-O.
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 E-O. Your
E-O.
eyebrows are up too.
E-O. And then this one for the neck. You stick your chin out, which you do more often. And then you go, see all the muscles right here?
Yeah. You're just doing reps like you do with bicep.
Yes, yes. From the neck on up, I believe there's almost 80, 70, 80, 90 muscles here. So usually we don't. And then we do little pinch. We pinch to get the circulation going in the face. Pinch, not tap, pinch.
Well, I don't want to put my grubby fingers on my face.
Your fingers are fine. Pinch, and then you pinch here. Eyebrow, don't forget your eyebrows. Or as they say, highbrows.
Highbrow.
Highbrow. Don't forget your nose.
Get
Pinch.
blood circulating.
Yes, and then you pinch your earlobes.
Oh, it feels nice.
Pinch and pull down, gentle. And then you pinch on the top of your ears and pull up. Top of your ears. Pull up all the way around the earth. Temples.
Now this is some falderal I could get behind.
Yes. And back of the neck, right behind the ears. Now, when you rub behind your ears, does my body chills up?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes if I get, not every time, but sometimes I'll use a massage gun on the back of my neck and then my whole body. It's not kind of nice. It's like I hit a nerve or something.
Yes, yeah, I do that, and I can feel my chills all. Yes.
I do the jaw too.
Ooh, the jaw is good.
Yeah, really good.
Very tender around the jaw.
Especially if you're if you're a talker, you talk a lot, use your jaw a lot. This is really helpful for that.
Oh. By the way, your mother is going to a Turkish bath. I'm trying to go sooner than later.
Yeah.
Nice. That was fun.
That was fun. Very relaxing.
Yes.
Might have to do that at the beginning of the show.
Then I'll fall asleep.
Anything to calm you down.
Do I need calming down?
Do I need calming down?
I don't think so.
Well, you did the opening. Do you mind if I do the closing?
Only if you can wrap it up quickly, as we don't have a long story behind what happened.
Anyways, thank you everybody, millions and millions and millions, for listening to Mother and Son Making Sense Out of Nonsense plus more. So please come back, expect more falderal. We'll be falderalling all the way to next week.
Falderal. And thank you for everything. And like and subscribe. We do have people viewing this, believe it or not. I'm not even advertising it.
Well, what else are they going to do other than listen to us?
Hi, everybody. I know between the two of us, which one is more entertaining? That's right.
I might have to give you that.
Well, you are entertaining. You just, yeah.
You just lay it on really heavy. So I give them a little break, little breathing room to stretch their legs.
Yeah, you give them time to nod off. And with that,
yes.
great. Have a great week.